What is going on, guys? It is your boy Disciples here, and today I am going to be bringing you guys my first installment of Doobies with Disciple. And all this is going to be is just a Q&A. I tweeted out earlier, probably about a couple hours ago, that I was going to be doing a Q&A and ask for some questions, and I ended up getting some really good ones. So I wanted to be calling it Doobies with Disciple because I feel like I want to make this into a thing for my consistent followers to where they can kind of interact with me on a more personal level. So I do smoke. I'm 22 years old. I'm a grown man. I'm allowed to do what I want, and it is not legal where I'm from, but it is what it is. So that being said, we're going to get straight into the first question. But before we do that, we're going to go ahead and light this blunt and get this shit started. So, don't know where me lighter is. Alright. First question come from my boy at TomXI. This is my man's here, and he said, if you had to pick one game to play for the rest of your life, what would it be and why? Truthfully, this is the hardest question that out of all of these, because my favorite game is, it's easily Call of Duty or Counter-Strike, but when it comes to just one single game, and I can't talk about the whole Call of Duty franchise, because I'm an early COD kid, like COD 4 all the way through BO2 is like really when I was invested. I'm gonna have to say CSGO. I think that's the best game of all time, and I don't think there's really, in the early days of CS, not really where it stands right now. I just think that was the cleanest and the most satisfying game to play for just the casual gamer, not like any content creators and stuff. Definitely the best game in my opinion. So number 2, we got Shaggy, and he said, would you rather, I need to hit this before. He said, would you rather watch your parents have sex every night for the rest of your life, or join in once to make it stop? And really, I don't want to answer this question, but I'm gonna have to watch every day of my life.
Hey yo, what the
I'm gonna have to watch every day. It's just like you can't. You just next, cut. Number 3. What was your first org in your first game? This is from my boy Clappy. My first org. So let's think back here. First org, I'm gonna assume you mean team because I don't really think I've been a part of an organization yet. But my first team was back in MW2, and I want to say it was alumni or Satan. Probably Satan, which I was just some weird metalhead kid back in the day. You know, I was just trying to fit in where I got in, and was 13 years old, trick shot and whatnot, and I joined Satan, or I think they turned into alumni. So that was the first org. And the first game was Halo 1, was my first game I ever played. Definitely one of the GOATs as well. So appreciate you, Clappy. Thank you, bro. I'll see you on the next one as well. Let's see, number 4. All right, so Pace. Appreciate you, Pace. He said, how'd you get your name? So really, dude, I'm just, everything I've ever done, I'm just a student of the game. I used to go by COTH, which is like the first 4 letters of my last name, Koth, and it just wasn't sticking. I never really liked it. It just kind of hit home because it was, linked to my last name. And then one day, I'm a spiritual person, so I was just like, what name that is in the Bible, or what word that's in the Bible would fit me? And I came up with Disciple because, I am a student, and I feel like it resonated with my character. I feel like I constantly want to learn, constantly want to improve, and really, we're all disciples of the earth. So really, on some hippie shit, that's where I got it all from. So appreciate you, Pace. Thank you, bro. Next one, we got Blitz, and he says, what got you into content making, and what is your inspiration? I would assume he means who is your inspiration. See, I've tried this so many times, and this is the time that I'm enjoying the most. But if you want to say who is like the person I followed the longest, who motivated me the longest, I would definitely say Hex is like the person who motivated me into start making content. But really, my inspiration for this one, I started watching Raiden's videos, and I feel like I was able to start editing not to where he was at, but just to higher caliber than I ever had before, because at this point I've been doing this since 2012, and I've been working on it without ever getting a name, ever putting out any real videos, but always practicing. And I finally feel like I'm at the point where I can try. So that's really a huge inspiration. And shout out to Raiden, because he really gave me a lot of advice on how to really just make my videos flow better, and small things to tweak, and he's really helped me out, and honestly it's working. I can't be any more thankful than all the support that's happened in this past day, dude. I was getting 10 likes a tweet, and I just got like 3 days worth of, 70 plus likes, and one of them being 160 likes. That shit's crazy, dude. So thank you guys for the support, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm already high, so I'm gonna go ahead and hit this next one up. Oh boy, we got the one that I didn't want to do, dude. Favorite lead in Colt, bro. I haven't asked this bitch once. Favorite lead in Colt. This is by my homie Colt Trons, Mr. Brando himself. So I got 3 favorites, dude. And it's no disrespect to anyone. One of them's definitely not Hexer. We don't fuck with Hexer, but so Brandon, I love you, dude. You're the homie because you really do. I think that you care the most. But I love Mason, Kim's, because that dude's just funny as fuck. He be having me cracking up in the group chats and whatnot. While you're serious as hell, that dude he just be clowning you, and I think that shit's funny as fuck. And then, I gotta say my boy Rizzle, he was vouching for me before I was even in Colt. So Rizzle, I appreciate you, dog. Thank you. We're gonna go to the next question. I hope that was a good answer, Trons. I love you, dog. This is from the homie Raiden, and he says, what motivates you as a content streamer? So I'm gonna change it up to what motivates me, not who motivated me, like the earlier one. So what motivates me is really just, I'm a drummer, and I spent 5 years in drumline, and that was like kind of the thing that fulfilled that urge to get better at something and try my hardest at something. And especially like mentally, where it was so hard at times where I didn't think I was good enough. When you eventually get good enough, that's a great feeling. So I'm kind of just taking everything that I learned from drumline and putting it into my genuine hobby, and that's like kind of what motivates me. I'm turning it into a hobby instead of just making, like, I used to think of this whole content creating stuff as a kind of like a second job. You might make it, but now I'm kind of just doing it because I'm having so much fun doing it, and that in itself is the most motivating thing to me. Thank you guys for all the questions. I genuinely appreciate it. Like, the support this week has damn near had me tearing up. It's been one of the hardest weeks in my life. Mine and my girlfriend's dog actually passed away this week, and on top of that, I felt like this was going to be the worst week of my life, and then all of the support that I got on my Pride RC and on top of the Colt announcement, it really just turned into a really weird week with so much support. So I can't thank you guys enough for that. I really needed it during this time, and it's just crazy how the world works sometimes, and I'm just thankful. I'm humbled to be in the position to have so many people looking at me. I don't care if like it's like 30 people a video. It's just, that's something to me, man. I came from literally nothing. So thank you guys, everybody. I am going to be back with another installment of Doobies with Disciple probably in a week or two, if I make it into round 2 of the Pride RC. I hope this doesn't, mess with it because I smoke weed, but I'm not a bad guy, dude. It's just, it helps me relax at the end of the day. So if the Pride leaders watch until all the way to the end, I appreciate you. I'm sorry if this makes you mad at me. It's not a bad thing. Goodbye. Enjoy the video. Deuces, guys.